Welcome to Gamers Treehouse 2013. This is the second part to an introduction to basic 3D, and eventually we'll be able to make some 3D graphics which can one day go into your very own game or one of the future CG movies. Who knows how good you'll get. Now if you haven't seen the first part, I highly recommend you first check that out. We learned how to rotate the view, move the objects, create objects, and so forth. Please check that out before following this video. For those of you who have already seen the first video, let's jump straight to it. Today we're going to get a better understanding of what 3D objects are made up of. So, alright, this is a cube obviously, square, several sides and all that, but we can change things around here. Let's hit the tab key on your keyboard. So hit tab. Now when you hit tab, you'll most likely get something like this. It's all yellow. Hit the A button. So A stands for all, and that deselects everything. Hit A again, it's selected. We want it to be deselected. We don't want everything highlighted. So hit A until it's grey. Now with the object, I want you to right click on a corner. Now you realize as you right click on it, it's a little bit of yellow sticking out, and we seem to have the corner selected. If you click here on the corner again, corner, anywhere you see a corner and a black dot, you can click. Now what are these corners? These are known as vertices. You have selected a vertex. So this is vertex. I hit the del key to zoom in. So the del doesn't only zoom in to whole objects like when we had the cube selected, it can zoom in to vertices or anything that you can click. So yeah, I can zoom in more. Anyway, what is the point of selecting these vertices? Well, this is where object manipulation goes. You'll notice that as you click on it, you have that whole drag command, just like when we're moving the whole square. Well, let's see what happens if we left click down and drag up. See? Now, as I said, 3D is about clay and about modeling and manipulating things. Everything starts off with the cube. You can move it up, down, left, right. This vertice, this dot. Remember, with these tutorials, always have a notepad on you so you can learn. You can drag them as you see fit. So you can click. Let's click this one. Middle click mouse button to rotate, drag. You can drag that up, bring it down, we can do anything. See, now this 3D object looks weird, granted, but it looks different to what we started with. That's the thing about 3D, there is no limit. You can do whatever you want. Say we want this dragged all the way in a weird object. The square will do it. Now in 3D, you'll be making a lot of mistakes, so just like a lot of the popular programs out there, if you hold Control Z, you can undo your last action. So let's hit Control Z a few times until our cube actually looks like a cube again. Oh, no, needs a bit more. Control Z, come on, undo. And I think that's good enough. Alright, next in line, it isn't just vertices, it isn't just the corners we can manipulate, we can also manipulate the lines. So you have these little dots, and you have these lines connecting the dots. This is known as an edge. Now if you look at if you follow my mouse down, hopefully shown in the recording, if you go down to your panel, see where it has the word global, and beside it you have a little square to the right, it's a little dot. And if you let your mouse hover over it, the words vertex select will pop up. Well, if you click the button beside it, put your mouse over it, hover, it will say the word edge select. It has a yellow highlighted line. Click that. Or for those of you that would prefer to know the shortcut, and personally it's a better way to go about things, if you hold Control down and then tap Tab, you get this option pop up. Lets me select vertex, edge, or face. We've already looked at vertex, we want to select edge. So left click down and we have edge selected. Now, what does that mean? Well, you'll notice that we no longer have the vertex little dots. We can no longer select the corners. We can now select the lines that connected the vertex. So you can click on any line. And just like before, you can manipulate it as you see fit. You can move that up or down. So say you're making a, I don't know, you're making a skateboarding game or a bike game and you wanted a little ramp. You know, it's just a simple matter of making a cube, bringing the corner down. You got a ramp. You can move it in, out, stretch it. There is no limit. You want to make the bottom more stretched out, you can do that. So we're just using the tools which you learned in the very first tutorial. You can click on anything. Now I know this is a little bit hard to get your head wrapped around. I know especially when I started 3D this was quite intimidating, and that's normal. Please don't be discouraged or scared off because I'm stretching all these things and I'm using weird names like vertex and edge. Remember, my tutorials have the notepad and write it down in a way you understand. Write down the word edge. Explain. It's the corners. It's the little dots. Write down edge. It's the lines that connect them. And remember the shortcut I taught you. Either click on the bottom of the screen. You have the edge, vertex, or face. I'll teach face in a second. Or use the shortcut key, which is Control, and then hit Tab, and then select what you want. See, so we can go back into vertex mode, and we can grab the corners again. And it's just a corner, so it doesn't bring the whole line with it. You know, in case you had master plans. Now, whatever your cube looks like, that's fine. Let's now jump into face. So Control Tab and hit face. Now face selects the face of objects. What in the world am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about the middle area, which is inside the lines. So let's check this out. I left click, and that middle bit, the connected area, that's known as a face, and that's selected. So I can move that up or down. No limit. See, face, stretch that out, stretch it out. And there you go. Now just to quickly test out your skills, let's delete the object. So delete and hit enter. Let's go to create, top left hand corner, and click, let's make a, we'll just make another cube. So hit cube, you have the cube. Now, remember, if you want to edit it, you first hit tab, because tab puts you in edit mode. If you don't do that, you won't get the special options. See, nothing happens. Make sure you're into edit mode, hit tab, and then you hit A to deselect everything, and then let the editing go. Control Tab, vertex, you can grab little corners. Control Tab, edge, which is the line. You can grab a line and just stretch it out for no reason. Control Tab, hit face, voila. You can select the faces. Alrighty, those of you that have stuck around long enough to get this far, well done. This is the end of the second part of 3D. Remember, between my tutorials, be sure to play around by yourself just to get a bit of a basic feel. Be sure to comment, like, subscribe, you know, all that sort of nerdy YouTube stuff. And yeah, those of you that also are interested in game development and just are interested in video game topics in general, be sure to check out the rest of my channel. New subscribers or new viewers who are not familiar with me, I like to talk the latest gaming news, and because I happen to know 3D as well, I thought I'd expand my channel. So, you know, E3 passed, I had my views on that, a few games, you know, that sort of thing. Anyways, thanks for your time, and I'll see you guys at the next tutorial.